Hey folks, it's Farmer Marshall. I hate to say it, but I'm in a desperate situation. Tonight at midnight, temperatures are going to hit 32 degrees. Now that may be no big deal for people further north, but I'm in Georgia zone 8A. For 32 degrees, at 32 degrees and lower, that could hurt some of the stuff in my garden. And this is going to stay below freezing until 9 a.m. That's unlucky 13. So before I cover my garden up with a bunch of plastic and stuff, I want to give you a quick garden tour. I'm not showing everything, but I'm going to show you what I have while I have it because it might get kind of ugly out here. Okay, first row over here, I have a bunch of cabbage. Not overly concerned about it. It's in pretty decent shape, and I expect that once I cover it, it's going to get through the frost fairly easily. 28 degrees might seem harsh, but cabbage can handle that. Also, my collard greens here are looking pretty good. Have a little bit of bug damage, but I'm pretty sure whatever's out here is about to be killed off by the frost, but not the plants. But they're looking pretty good. Now, one of my biggest concerns is my broccoli. See that broccoli head there? It's not big at all. The last time we had a harsh frost, I did have some damage to my broccoli heads, but that's because it was 48 hours below freezing, which, 12 hours is bad, 48 hours is very bad down here. I have several broccoli that have formed heads, all of them fairly small, but you can see my concern. Now, I'm less concerned about this one because the head has not formed. If the plant gets a little bit of frost damage, I don't mind the leaves getting damaged some because they will recover and grow more. But if that broccoli head, like this one, gets hit too hard, maybe you can see it better there. If that one gets hit too hard by frost, it might destroy it. Now, even though I'm going to cover some of my plants with, well, all of my plants with plastic, it's just a long sheet of plastic I got at Home Depot. Even though I'm going to cover them, I'm actually going to try to add a little extra protection to my broccoli plants that have formed heads. It may not do much, but at least they won't be naked. So hopefully that'll work. I have plenty of pine straw. So yes, just like everything else, it's being covered. Now my carrots and my beets and my onions, I'm not overly concerned about, but I will cover them. And the reason I'm not overly concerned about my carrots and my beets is because they can't, and my onions, is because they can take the cold, and I was planning on overwintering them anyway. So even if a bunch of the leaves die off, they'll grow back up in the spring and just give me bigger and better carrots and beets and onions. Back over here, I have more collard greens. I don't know how many collard green plants I have because I have two varieties. These guys here, the original ones I showed you were from starts. These guys here are from seeds. This variety here I think is a little more tender or not as tough as the other ones as far as being able to handle the frost. But once again, I'm going to cover it just like everything else. And hopefully pray that these guys turn out okay. Now over here next to it, these guys here are cauliflower. Bunch of cauliflower plants over here. Probably about 8, 10. All of these guys are from seed. I'm pretty happy that my cauliflower plants, at least the cauliflower heads, have not formed because last year when we hit the 48-hour frost, my cauliflower heads that had formed were destroyed. They turned to mush. So these guys can wait. Perfectly happy with them. In fact, I'm thrilled about that. Now up here, I have some Kohlrabi. I have about, I don't know, maybe about 12 Kohlrabi plants. All of these were grown from seed. First time I've grown Kohlrabi, I'm very happy about how they're turning out. the formation of the balls down there, or whatever you want to call those. Formation of that is great. I have had some that had some bug damage, as you can see here, but the bulb there still looks good. I had another cheddar cauliflower here, but that one, I don't know, something happened. Next up, I have a bunch of collard greens. These greens here were grown from, not from starts, they were grown from volunteer plants. Yeah, all these guys here were by my tomato plants. So the only plants I'm a little concerned about are these very young cabbage plants. These guys were grown from seed, and they're small because I grew them later than my other plants, because my initial planting of them failed. Don't ask me why. Honestly, I just didn't take good care of them. I was busy, so things happen. Here's another one, but these are supposed to be some very big collard green plants. So not overly worried about them, but I will cover them. This is also cabbage. It's a red cabbage. That one, and all these guys here in my raised bed. I didn't really know what to put in this raised bed when I got it. I know what I am going to eventually put in it, but for right now, I just kind of wanted to get all these cabbage plants in something and just not in the dirt, because I wasn't sure about the spacing, and even now I'm not sure about the spacing, but this should work. This should be fine. Now these guys here, you know, I had issues. These were from seed, and my labels, you know that stuff called permanent markers? Well, the permanent markers weren't so permanent. So I'm not sure what these are. They might be some type of red kale or red Russian kale. I'm not sure. But whatever they are, they will show themselves soon enough as what they truly are, and they are edible. Unfortunately, I have the same problem with these guys here. More guys, I had a label. It's supposed to be cauliflower. My labels say purple cauliflower, but I'm not 100% sure. But at least they haven't formed heads, so I'm not overly concerned. The plants are a good size. They're healthy. They should do fine with this weather. And one thing, when you're planting out your garden, these guys here, hate to cut myself off, but these guys here are more cheddar cauliflower. It's amazing. The one I showed you in the corner back over there, next to my cabbage, did nothing. These guys over here have done great. And they're in a fairly shady area of my garden, so go figure. I have some young Swiss chard. These were all done from seed. I don't know why that one's not green. Maybe that's something else. I think I was filling in spots that were messed up. More Swiss chard. Pardon my weeds, but I'm like you guys. I get busy. I ran out of time. Here's another cheddar. Yep. A cheddar cauliflower. Okay, cool. And aside from that, well, it looks like I'm showing you almost everything in my main garden. So I think I might have some video footage of my other garden. I have spinach, and I've been harvesting off the spinach, trying to do a cut and come again method. I'm not sure how effective it is with spinach, but regardless, I didn't want to just take the whole plant up. So I did cut some leaves off of them for salads, and I'll just keep letting them grow. Over here, I have a couple types of lettuce. This is the black seeded Simpson. I've done the cut and come again method with these a few times, and I use a method that I heard one lady refer to as the ponytail method. She grabs it like this, like a ponytail, and she just cuts low, and she lets it go. Works for me. I don't know who the lady was. I saw her on YouTube. If I find her name, I will put it in the comments because I want to make sure she gets credit for that term at least. Or I don't know if she, but honestly, I don't know if she coined the term or not. But that's what she called it. A lot of my other lettuce here, some type of loose leaf lettuce. I've harvested off of these a few times and pretty happy with it. Some of my other lettuce in my greenhouse, it got so hot in there that they bolted. So I harvested all of those. But these guys have done okay. And over here in this mess of weeds, I did take the time to do a small crop of snow peas. Not a bunch of them, just a few seeds. But these guys have done pretty well. Just an area in the garden where I really wasn't planning on planting anything because it's right next to the gate here. And it doesn't get much sunlight. But I figured, what the heck, give it a shot. So it's maybe 3-4 plants. I'm pretty happy with the production on it. I don't know why this one decided to lay on the ground. But still more blooms. And I'm not sure how much longer these guys are going to last. But I'm going to harvest these now so I can enjoy these while they last. Not bad for what I consider a dead zone in my garden. And yeah, they barely make it into the house. I need to plant more of these in the spring. A whole bunch more. So when protecting your plants, you can use plastic. You can use some pine straw. You can use leaves. I've used sheets. I've used old blankets. Whatever you can do to protect them for the frost period, do what you can, because I love my gardening. I really hate to lose plants. And hopefully, if you're going through the same thing I'm going through, hopefully you have time to take care of it. Because the last thing I want to do is just leave these guys uncovered. Even though most of what I put in my garden is fairly frost resistant, I just worry. I don't want these plants to be pushed back any at all because of the frost. I do what I can to protect them. So let's get out there and get a little dirty and put some clothes on your plants. That's indecent.